I'm back for round two. And this is a very special movie review. This is going to be my thoughts on Alien 1979. And right off the bat, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. This is my first time ever watching this movie all the way through. Yeah, I know I'm a big horror fan, but there's a certain movie coming out next week that I'm very excited for. So, this is the perfect time to start the Alien franchise review and ranking series. So, Alien. What can I say? This was directed by Ridley Scott and probably one of his very first movies. I'll have to find a fact check on that, but it was 79, so I'm pretty sure that he was still pretty new. But this is a sci-fi horror film that takes place in space. And you're following the crew of the Nostromo, which is just like a spacecraft that deals with like mineral separation or whatever. So this is basically a movie about exploring new civilizations and being ravaged by the inhabitants of this new civilization. So this crew lands on this unknown planet. I believe it was LV-426. It's mentioned in Aliens, but I'll get into that. So, the crew just like explores this wasteland, and you have like the likes of John Hurt, Tom Skerritt, Harry Dean Stanton, of course Sigourney Weaver, and Yaphet something. I'll have to look him up, but he's the black guy. And he actually died about like a couple years ago. But anyway, that's basically your whole crew. And they're just basically finding what is up with this planet. Well, things go south really quickly when Kane, played by John Hurt, decides to investigate a little bit. So he starts touching like the plant life or the embryos of this thing. And we lead into like the chest burster scene. So the chest burster scene starts off as any regular scene where the crew is just having dinner, and John Hurt starts acting very weirdly. But this is after he got the parasite off of his head. And that's some pretty gnarly stuff. So John Hurt just starts coughing violently, but then he starts feeling a pain in his chest. Well, it gets worse, and the embryo just bursts out. And that is probably the most terrifying scene in this whole franchise. It is iconic. I mean, it was so iconic that all of the cast and crew had no idea what was going to happen. All those reactions are real, especially with Veronica Cartwright. And it's pretty gnarly. But to me, this movie is very, very slow. I mean, it definitely builds the tension, and it gives you glimpses of what this alien creature might be. You don't even see, like, the alien in full form until about, like, at least an hour and 20 minutes into the film. But then all these crew members start dying off one by one until Ellen Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, is your final girl. So she just goes toe to toe with this xenomorph, and you think that she makes it out because she made it to the ship before her ship self-destructed. Well, she did make it out, but the alien followed her, and she essentially pushed open the hatch doors, and by xenomorph, movie over. So, I know this is a 45-year-old movie, and I know people have talked about it ad nauseum, but I really did enjoy this. Was it slow? Yes. But when you got to, like, the alien reveal, I was all for this movie. And it actually made me excited to actually go into this franchise, for better or worse. We will definitely get into that. Because all these movies aren't Alien or Aliens. Yeah. But it's a really great sci-fi horror film that just feels like all these slashers during it and before it, if you know what I mean. So it's basically a slasher in space. But the first time watching Alien, I will say I definitely do want to watch it again. So I would give Alien 1979 an A+. It's a perfect movie, but like I said, it is very slow. But then it picks up rather nicely. Okay, those are my thoughts on Alien. Next up is Aliens. So I'll see you in a minute for that. Adios. Peace.